Is it, my question was, it says if known owner knows. So if you don't know the owner, can you poison it? If it's on your property, if it's a stray.
We could, if you want to,
I don't know that.
it doesn't matter. It's whatever you want. If you're not comfortable with it,
What do you think?
we'll put it off until.
Hiding over here.
We can,
Okay,
Well, you can't.
Larry decided to stay.
I'll just stay, yeah, I'm here. I got Stacy all fixed up.
Roll call.
here.
Somebody to amend the agenda. Motion to amend it. Okay, Keith,
I'll second.
Stan, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, public address, nothing. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes?
Yes.
Okay, we'll, there's no changes, we'll just accept it or post it or accept it as presented. And let's go down to Peggy.
Okay, we have a resolution for amending the budget. I do need to gather on that resolution. The resolution itself is correct. This is actually amending fiscal year 2019. The budget that we just approved, and these dates get so confusing. The one we just approved is for fiscal year 2020. This amendment is for our current budget, which is fiscal year 2019, but it began July 1 of 2018. So those 18 and 19 get a little confusing, but this is for our current budget. We really weren't too far over, just trying to allow for some things that we did. In the general fund, we had, like in the police department, we had some vehicle repairs that was due to an incident where I think the car was hit, and we did get some insurance money back on that, but that was reflected in our budget, so I needed to put that in there to help cover some of that. The bigger one was in the fire department. All of those renovations that we did over there ran us about $65,000 extra there. And then over in maintenance, we had purchased, in addition to the Bobcat that came in just at the very beginning of last year, we had also purchased a mower. So that threw us about $20,000 over in there. So it's a total of $100,000 in general fund. And then in parks, just another $15,000 to allow us wages as we go into our pool season. We underestimated those a little bit. And then offsetting some extra soccer expenses. So it's just kind of pulling that in so that when we do our audit in September, that our budget will reflect more accurately what we were spending. So, and so that's what this resolution is just amending this at the end of the year for our current budget.
Did you want to mention about Jennifer being down today?
Yeah, we had our auditors from, I can't even think of their name now, KPL.
Jennifer.
Schatzer. And you'll have to just ask me later how to spell that. I don't know. But Jennifer is the tall young lady that comes and gives our presentation. They were here today. This was just their one-day preliminary that they come in and start pulling all of the paperwork. Very pleased. We had a lot of our paperwork very well together and was able to provide that to them. They'll be back, I believe it's the second week in September to do the full audit.
That'll be a week long.
Yes, we're gearing up for it. We're good. We can do it.
Okay, is that all you had, Peggy?
Yes.
Okay, Suzanne.
Okay. Reading of the bill 190507 by title.
That's the wrong one.
Do what?
That's your animal ordinance.
Gonna
That's
do
what
that.
we're reading.
Oh, I thought you were doing the budget one. I'm sorry. I apologize.
We'll do.
I apologize.
That's okay.
I
Well,
thought.
I'll read the title and then we can.
Yeah,
whatever.
sorry.
Yeah.
My mind was there.
That's okay. An ordinance repealing City of Ava, Missouri Code of Ordinances, Chapter 10 Animals, and replacing it with a new Chapter 10 Animals.
Do we have any, make any changes or anything?
Did you guys read that? It's okay then?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable with it as well.
Okay. I just wanna make sure I wasn't reading something into it. So I'm reading more into it than what it should be, so.
All right. Okay, do we have a motion to accept, well, this will be the second reading of the ordinance? Have a motion?
Yeah, I'll make that motion
Okay, do we
to
have-
approve the
Keith,
animal ordinance
make a motion to-
190507.
Okay, do we have a second?
I second that.
Okay, Billy, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all in favor. Okay.
Okay.
I appreciate everybody going through it and critiquing it and trying to make it better. And I think finally got it the way we wanted it. So can we get it perfect, get them perfect? Probably not everything, but I appreciate all the input.
Okay, we have a resolution for the budget amendment, so that's resolution 2019-0612. And it's a resolution amending annual budget for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2018, and appropriating funds pursuant thereto.
Okay, need a motion to,
I so make the motion.
I'll second.
Stan made the motion and Noel second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Did any alderman have any remarks or anything to make? No? Okay, that, I had just a few line items to add to it, but on that CDBG grant, I went to, Dick Salgado and myself went to Pomona earlier, one day last week anyway, and they told us over there that on the grant for the square, we should know something, you know, more concrete on it in about 90 days. So stuff like that seems like it takes forever, but anyway, that seems like too long for me. But anyway, for 90 days, we should kind of have an idea of what we're going to do on the square beginning stages of it. So that was the only information that I could bring back from over there. And next we got, I'd like to get advertising for the bids for the fire department, black and red paint scheme to match the new part, and just if we can get that done, and I'd like to run ads this coming week, and that'll be one thing we can just mark off the list. It'll be done, but we'll run ads and next week to take care of that. If it's all right with everybody? Good with it?
You bet.
Okay. And just for the information, and I don't know why this one old concrete marker was out here. I didn't even know it was there. Does anybody remember the old street markers?
Yep.
Well, anyway, there was one right out here.
Is that the only one? Is that
As
it?
far as I know, it stood up about 4 foot high. And as far as I know, it's the only one left in town.
Well,
And the street guys come and pulled it up one day last week, I guess it was, and they said, what are we gonna do with it? And I said, well, museum talked like they was interested, so I said, take it over and put it somewhere out front where they'll see it. Well, I was over there checking it, little project on across from the Herald office. I was checking it out, looking at it, and I looked over, and there that street marker is. They've already got it planted at the bottom of the stairs. It's pretty neat. But anyway, you get a chance, take a look at that.
Okay.
It's, as far as I know, that's the last old concrete street marker we had in town. So
that's
the
great.
museum's got it, and it's planted. So. And last Thursday, we closed on the Moorpath property across from the lower park down here. And matter of fact, the guys have already started mowing it. They haven't completely moved out, but the guys are maintaining it right now. And I did talk to the fire department, and they, if we take the shingles off and everything checks out all right, we might use that for just a practice program or I'm not
Training.
sure, practice training for the guys with the fire department. So we may get it torn down and or burnt, and then the fire department gets some benefit out of it also. But we'll have to take, if we do that, we'll have to take the shingles off and make sure everything's, no asbestos or anything like that in it before we do it. So if it works out, that's what our plans are. And the concrete apron over at the electric department, it's just, they should finish everything up this week. It's just about done now, so we're in, they're getting that JV construction's getting along pretty good on it, and that'll be another project we can say we're finished with probably by the end of this week. And we had a engineer show up, and I met with he and David Davison at the airport, and this is at what grant? That was a MoDOT grant, wasn't it?
Yes.
At the airport were new runway lights. And, but anyway, the engineer was down one day last week, and anyway, we drove over it, and that's in the engineering stages. It shouldn't take too long to, we're hoping to get it in this budget, 2020 budget, and if we can.
Yeah, they've not awarded it yet.
Yeah.
How are the new lights different than the ones we got?
Without really knowing, I'm gonna say they're LEDs, I do know that, but, I can't answer that.
He said a
For
few
sure.
years back it needed new runway lights, so they were gonna try and budget for it somehow. I mean, it's just a
But
blessing.
anyway, it's,
that
they are engineering that right now, and And-
It's a fairly large grant if awarded. I think
Yeah,
it's a 90-10, I think.
yeah,
and
it's,
and
our part of it was 3250.
Yeah, so it's over 300,000.
Yeah, it's over
It's probably
300.
for that.
Wow.
It's a pretty big project.
Of course, these lights are, you
Yeah.
turn them on with your radio
Right.
and stuff like that.
Exactly. Uh-huh. And speaking of the airport, that, I think Billy might not have been on, was you here when we talked about the card reader, the new one?
No, I was not.
I think they call that a QT 3000, the old card reader, I believe that's right. But anyway, the board voted a few months ago to get a QT 4000. And, but anyway, it's here. And Jimmy Johnson with the electric department come by and picked it up, and he's pretty sure that he can take care of the installation on this end. And they will give us technical support if we call them. And I told them day before yesterday, I believe it was, I said, just pencil us in for the middle of July. And then, so I'm planning on the middle of July, I'll give them a call and say, and then Jimmy can, or the electric guys can install that, and that'll be another one we can say that's done by the end of this month, I'm hoping, or end of July.
And it was, I think it was $14,285.
Yeah.
We just went ahead and paid it.
Yeah,
We didn't break it up. We had talked about maybe breaking it up, but it was just like,
right.
no.
I believe I sat in on that meeting. That card reader's for purchasing fuel at the
Right,
airport.
exactly. Yeah. I couldn't remember how much you.
Yeah, I think I sat in on that meeting, yeah.
So we have paid for it.
Okay.
In this budget.
And more storm damage. I'm not sure that we're ever gonna get done with,
Well,
picking brush up.
not
but,
when they have a storm a week.
it's, I think it's just every day that, there's calls, not a call, calls come in that, more limbs are down and can the city pick them up, and which we are. So we'll eventually get it all done. It'll dry out. We're storming one of these days, maybe we can get caught up. And I just wrote down, I penciled it on mine here about the sewer project over on Grand. He's got everything measured up. That is Jeff Cofer, and he's gonna start laying, he said my pipe will come in first, and he said I could start laying my pipe, and then when I get it laid, my manhole should be in by then, so that he can start that project as soon as he can find time. So that's where we're at on that. And I don't have anything else. Does anybody else have anything to add to it?
Anything for close?
No, I don't think we have anything for close.
We do have closed minutes, we want to do.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm glad you reminded me, because I forgot. Okay.
Make a motion to
Okay.
approve the
Make a
closed
motion, you
minutes.
got a motion by Keith, do you have a second to accept the closed minutes?
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So much.
Stan?
I'll second that motion.
No.
Beth, you got me there.
Never pass up an opportunity to adjourn.
They say in church, everybody better get a seat.
It took a little over 15 minutes.
Is that a record?
No, that is
No,
not a
no.
record.
Probably no complaints from the
That ain't
meeting.
even close.
Oh, wait, not miss. Yeah, not to leave it.
Guys, we have those bids, it just doesn't look like it.
Yeah, it's a lot going
When
on.
you're doing your job.
Let me work for them.
Everybody's,
Outstanding.
everybody's gainfully employed.
We'll see you at,
You said you helped me. Okay.
I don't know anything to say.
Okay.